how to assign a workflow from the task manager. Actually, it's very easy. Um, let's say that we have several workflows here, right? And we want to trigger this workflow, the client welcome workflow, even though it can be triggered from other means, like for example, by changing the status, uh, immediately assigning either with the main, the secondary, or with both at the same time. But let's say that we want to do it from the task manager. Why would you want to do it from the task manager? Well, maybe you have another workflow that instructs your agent, some agent, that it needs to trigger that particular workflow when something happens. Certainly possible to go to the workflow and trigger, but sometimes, then implies that the agent needs to know the process perfectly, while the manager may be assigning the task or tasks through a task group or maybe through a workflow that produce that results. So I'm going to do it, obviously in this case, kind of manually. And it's very simple. You just put the name of the workflow, and at the end you put dash and WF. That's it. So notice that here we don't have any workflow, right? So if we go to the workflow selector, well, there's nothing checked, meaning there is nothing assigned. So just by clicking the action button here, the action button, okay, I'm going to trigger. I'm going to assign, actually, not trigger, because it will trigger automatically when the time comes from the setup. But I'm assigning this workflow, and of course I am putting pending all the actions of the workflow automatically. So I can go here, pending, and see all the actions that I just created with that click. Okay, so also it's important to know it's possible to have more workflows, okay, in the same task. But in that case, for example, let's say that I go here and I want to do the lead hot, for example, okay? So I can type that name, but I'm going to do it here, okay? Well, if I put it in the second, if I put it inside, not at the end, if I put it at the end, it will go just by clicking the action button. If I put it at the very end, but if I put it in the middle, anything, so I can highlight the workflow and then do the action button the same. So it's not going to do the welcome, it's going to do the lead hot, okay? So we can check that, even though we can check it from the tooltip, you see, client welcome, lead hot, but also we can see it here. And of course, the pending actions have been applied, if we want to see them, have been applied for the lead hot, as well as the other one, etc. So it's that simple. Just put dash WF, and then you can either trigger the last one with the action button directly, or anyone that is not the last one can be trigger or assigned, but trigger the assignment by clicking the action button the same, but with the line selected. It is that simple. Thanks.